I am from Venezuela and I must make this video in English. Smartmatic is a voting company that was created by Hugo Chavez using a bank auditing company that was owned by the Mujica brothers in Venezuela. It was put together by Cuba and Venezuela. Smartmatic has divided into other voting companies called Dominium, Sequoia, and Votem. Votem has been installed in the entire county of Los Angeles as 2018. Smartmatic was installed for the first time in the United States in 2004 in Chicago. It was installed by Gavin Newsom in San Francisco in 2006. Smartmatic, Sequoia, Dominium, Votem has been installed on 18 states in the United States. And what do they do best? They manipulate elections to make socialism win. It started in the year 2000. In Venezuela, they perfected it, and they had elections in Venezuela where the socialism won and won and won and won again. Smartmatic has been installed in Bolivia, in the Philippines, in Mexico, and Mexico was installed on June 6, 2018, and by July 1st, Lopez Obrador, who is the absolute copy of Hugo Chavez on how it speaks, the policies, the implementations, bringing Cuban doctors to Mexico, etc., is the exact copy of Hugo Chavez. Mexico is just about to pass new constitution, which is what they do. They pretend to win elections with the Smartmatic, and it's all a fraud. And then comes the changing of the constitution, the changing of the national symbols, and they use a handful of people to manipulate the rest, making them believe that the elections were correct. If you look at the Smartmatic map here in the United States, especially Washington, Oregon, California, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and all the places where Smartmatic is installed here in the United States is exactly where the Democrats keep winning and winning and winning. Okay, so Smartmatic has used the tactic of going county per county per county per county, and the problem is that there is only like a handful of companies that are for elections, only 4 or 5 companies. So Smartmatic undersells themselves, and the technology is installed, and the people that install or selects this technology do not know that comes from Cuba and Venezuela, which has been written with algorithms to change the ballots, the scanners, every single little tiny technology that comes with the voting system. It's in many different counties installed differently, and that's what they do. They manipulate the votes, they written algorithms, so something reads something else instead, or eliminate ballots altogether. Smartmatic, like I said, has been installed at least on 18 states in the United States, and Smartmatic is owned by Cuba, by Venezuela, in a incredible amount of inversionistas that have been invested money in there. Among that, many Republicans and definitely Democrats. Bernie Sanders knows this because Bernie Sanders has been in very close contact with Nicolas Maduro and the Democrats know that. Bernie Sanders have received money in New York, the Bronx, have received money in oil from Venezuela, including Joe Kennedy for oil, have received money in goods from Citgo. Citgo is Petróleos de Venezuela here in the United States. And Citgo is now owned 49.9% by Putin. The company is called Rosneft, okay, which is just about to own Citgo in the United States, except Trump stopped that because once Russia owns Citgo, 50% of Citgo here in the United States, is a major security problem for the United States because it's owned by Russia. So anyway, this is a very big, I've been speaking about this for about 9 years since we came back from Venezuela in 2011 and were almost murdered there with guns and knives, and I came determined to find out what is the situation. There is a book that was written by a man named Casto Ocando. He was worked for the newspaper Miami Herald. He was a reporter and wrote a book called Chavistas en el Imperio. Unfortunately, there is a problem with communications because the people that needs to hear this information do not speak Spanish, and the people that knows this information about Smartmatic do not know English. That book, Chavistas en el Imperio, is only found in Spanish, but chapter 3 tells you exactly how Smartmatic, the invasion of Cuba, Venezuela, started in 2004 in Chicago by installing these voting systems, okay? Like I said, I've been 9 years trying to communicate with the Republican Party, with people, and they just come back and say, but Cuba is such a small little island. How are they going to be able to do that? The thing is that Cuba has been using Venezuela as the cash cow. Venezuela has been receiving with Citgo in the United States about $300 billion annually. All this money has gone to expand communism through Latin America, Central America, and now the United States, the Philippines, Haiti, Curacao, Sierra Leone, Nicaragua, Mexico, Bolivia, and just a couple of weeks ago, they finally got Chile, and now they are in the process of changing the constitution in Chile, and that's the problem. They win by hook and crook and lying and ballots and voting that is manipulated to select candidates that are socialist or communist. And then after they have won, they proceed to change constitutions. In the United States, they have been using Black Lives Matter and Antifa, who are 100% self-declare Marxists who have trained in Cuba. And their purpose to use Black Lives Matter and Antifa is to divide the people racially. They did it in Venezuela, but they didn't use race. They use status, like rich against poor and so on.